Yeah, of course it's lying. I'm lying, Hayat is lying, and I have my doctor, son is lying. I have a lot of people from very old people in the medical center. So I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Look at that, say, okay, let her surprise. Meet Dr. Sun. She's with the Shanti Foundation.
Yeah, yeah, she knows.
Okay. Great.
For silent.
So,
Yeah.
what kind of doctor are you?
I'm actually a clinical research and physician scientist. So we do the clinical research, I do the internal medicine and also PGY and also the psychiatrics.
If I say anything wrong, just let me know.
No, that's right. Yeah.
No.
Yes, very bad.
I respect everybody's professional knowledge. One time I had to teach class as an
Yeah.
ophthalmologist and an optometrist.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe you were the eye specialist or no?
No, it's just a three-year-old life.
That's fine. That's fine. I have the friend who she's an eye specialist, but she's in the ophthalmologist. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I was thinking you can even. This is for the kids you're doing, but you can also cover like for the diabetic people, like hypertensive, because now like all board.
But see, all we can do is tell them whether or not they need to see a doctor. We can't just, the machine won't determine diabetic retinopathy or any of that. No, it just does structural. It measures the structure of the eye.
That's good. They should give you, because you already knows this one, so they can give you like yourself, you can get more training, and then you will know things. That's really good.
Then it has to be a doctor.
Yes, that's true.
That takes 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
Bring the paper.
I might be able to track my gap. Let me get my gap again.
Can I get
My, big pocket. Hi. No, you're fine.
I have that.
Oh, okay.
We're waiting for that. Who's gonna help us? Can you excuse me?
Yeah, I do.
Thanks.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Great seeing you. All right.
You all at top. Jackson.
And you are not.
Yeah. Yeah. You can take it, yeah.
Yeah, even.
And the back, like, release his board projector.
Oh, you want the projector?
Also, like, so.
Okay, okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do another one.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Come see
Thank
this one.
you.
See this one? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
Smiling?
Yeah, she said smile.
Is this our sign-in sheet?
So I have just a couple of pens, so I would just pick any pens.
Yeah, we'll give you back.
Huh?
Actually, we'll give you back. And since sometimes,
No, it's fine. I only had a couple in my car. I forgot to bring them.
Yeah, I've got a whole box full of lines I make in Texas pins from when I was the director.
big bang.
Well, I wasn't, so I was like, okay, it's not a regular meeting, so I don't need to bring, he said he's bringing it.
No, I brought a pen, but I switched the bag.
Got it. Well, no, my problem is, so I have what I call my, my lion bag that I pack in my car and have my
Your game bag.
Yeah, the game bag, exactly, yeah. And of course, I didn't end up putting it in the car again.
I understand.
this one. Oh, oh.
Um,
We'll get it to you just a moment.
Nice meeting you. Is it pleasure for me to meet you?
Yes.
And God bless you with the book more.
Yes.
I give you the card. I'm working with a lot of organizations.
Yes, he sure is. We be crossing up with all of them in here.
I recommend all of us.
I'm here to help, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
Serve. Not to help, but to serve.
Yeah. Correct, correct.
yeah. There's coffee, there's water.
How many of the other ones from outside?
We're waiting on one more, two more.
Are you ready to finish
Yeah, yeah.
Do I need to sign anything?
The paper's gonna be somewhere.
This is the get to us.
I gotta go back out, my phone, unless in my car.
It's too hot out there, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
It is,
gotta
isn't it?
Kill it in all park too.
Well, tomorrow's one of my kids' last day, and another one is always in China right now, another one is out tomorrow, so.
Bad hair dye.
Oh, I forgot right there.
You don't have a bad hair day, do you?
Well, I'm gonna show you the hair. It's bad.
Is it bad?
It's bad.
It could be worse than mine.
Your hair looks nice. I love it. It's like my hair to the color. Beautiful.
But I don't have his hair problem. It grows on the bottom instead of on the top.
Trying to make it, you know.
Say it's not a hair, just.
We have to play with it,
just
whatever we
feels
have.
Okay.
I don't complain. I happy and try to enjoy whatever I have.
I don't care what color it is.
Yes, whatever it is. As long as they are with me, enjoy it. If not there, don't worry. You have another thing.
I got my mother's father's hair.
Okay.
He has hair until his death. Whereas my father about 40, got this great big bump top, you know, and most of my brothers had that.
Oh,
So I'm very happy that I got my mother's family
It
hair.
is.
It is good coffee. Oh, we need to wake up, that's why the coffee.
Yeah, it's gonna be so boring.
I don't wanna go to sleep on you, I'm exhausted.
It's a very good topic.
Mhm. Where are you from?
Originally?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Bangladesh.
Oh.
Yeah, but my whole life is here. And I just born there. My whole life I was like 7.5 years.
Oh, okay. It's a beautiful accent.
Huh?
It's a beautiful accent.
Oh, my accent is mixed up because I was in different countries with my parents. Like I was in England.
I made a decision. Next time I announce the training, I'm gonna announce it like 20 minutes before it actually starts.
Yeah, like
But I can understand you.
yeah, I like somebody that's
You have to listen carefully, but I can understand you.
Yeah.
What a pretty dress. Did you make me buy that for you? No? She did.
Tiffany, all right. It's good seeing you.
My favorite person here. Were you let us screen her eyes later?
I just want to feed everybody right now.
Oh,
Get out to the
being
whole.
certified, I'm being certified.
Move my body this way, right?
You're not certified.
no, it's fine, yeah.
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 So are you aligned too?
Yeah.
I'm tall. What's your name?
Like, I don't know.
I just threw it
You were lucky. You got what they call one for mom. Sophie is a much.
So you have break like that.
You stay right there.
Are you aligned? From what?
Royal.
Well, yeah.
Are you Lion?
Nice to see you again. I think we were at your installation, didn't it?
We were. Oh, you're already. Actually, there's two sets. There's one Montana.
How are you guys?
Oh, this is the way
I was trying to get a picture.
There you go.
Thank you. I just don't recognize you with your hair up.
Yeah.
Oh, right, exactly.
It's pretty, I like it. That they're,
Observe special light.
yes,
You get big.
colorful.
Oh, yes.
How old are you, sweetie? How old? You're 5 years old. Oh, where?
Nottingham Country?
Very good. I taught out here 38 years.
Oh, really?
Yep. A lot of my kids, when I was teaching, when they built Nottingham, went to Nottingham.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, and then you'll see the boy come.
Oh, okay.
And he'll be going there.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, that is one cool.
Are those yours?
Yeah, perfect. Has anyone not? Okay, I need one of those in my life now. Has anyone not yet signed in? If you have not yet signed in, sign the sheets right over here. There's a couple people out in the parking lot that are
Okay.
walking in, but
No.
should we start now? Would that throw things off, or?
They're in the parking lot. We'll get them ready.
All right, I'll start ushering them in.
And they did, I see some of the like. I like when this, I can't like this. Sometimes I see some of the doctors, they're like you're special. Okay. I'm like that. I'm like this. Blade over.
So weird, I don't know.
That's why I was thinking you had one more weird thing. I'm not like,
Oh, I know.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that too. I felt like that. Yes, it is. I know you don't.
Now I can put so many pages. I have the presidential award, I have the lion, I have
I'm gonna go sign in before we get it.
Except I got missy fingers.
you have to wait.
Are you like? You have a big mouth or something? You have a little bowl? You like a rope.
So far, how many people registered for this?
I think he said 21, but well, when I had a week,
Hello, everyone.
more than half.
Okay, so we have a couple people in the parking lot, but we've been told we can start without them, so we're going to start without them. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to this amazing Lions 2S2 offered vision screening training and certification on the PlusOptics machines. It's going to be taught by the one and only District Governor, Lion Paul Moore. So, Lion Paul.
Great.
Thank you. So, there's two stages of training that we want to talk about tonight. We're going to do the first stage, which is called manufacturer certification. The manufacturer certification, I had to go to a class for PlusOptics trainers to learn, to get certified as a trainer, and that's my certification there. First, my card. The other side of certification is the state certification. State certification is what you have to have if you want to go into schools and actually help them in the schools do their eye screenings. And that's what this yellow card is here. Is my state is my state certification. And if you'll notice, it runs out this year, so I'm going to have to get it updated on that this year. So, why do Lions do vision screening? Or why are we so interested in vision? You probably all know this. In 1925, Helen Keller came to the International Convention in Cedar Point, Ohio. And she said to the Lions, "Will you not help me to hasten the day when there are no preventable blindness, no little deaf blind girl untaught, no blind man or woman unaided? I appeal to you, Lions, you who have your sight, your hearing, you who are strong and brave and kind. Will you not constitute yourself knights of the blind in the crusade against darkness?" This is a pivotal moment for Lions Clubs International. For the first 8 years of Lions Clubs, from 1917 through 1925, each club had been a community-based club serving their community, whatever their community needs were. This challenge from Helen Keller gave Lions Club a single focus, so that every Lions Club now had something in common. They were all going to help fight blindness and help the blind. So, Knights of the Blind we became. In case you don't know it, Lions has been involved in lots of different vision programs over the years. There was a terrible disease in the equatorial areas, a lot of in South America, called river blindness. And Lions helped to fund the research that found out that river blindness was caused by a parasite. And that parasite could be treated by 2 doses of ivermectin a year. So ivermectin is now the solution to river blindness all over the world, thanks to Lions helping fund that research. A few years ago, Lions had a program to help with measles vaccines. It was the Lions Clubs, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and a vaccine manufacturer out of the UK. And we ran a program, it's called $1 a shot. For every $1 Lions contributed, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation matched $1, and we provided vaccines to third world countries. One of the reasons they chose Lions Clubs is they said, look at the service you provide. You have the boots on the ground already. So what they would do is they would tell the Lions Club, go to this village and set up a vaccination plan. And they would go and they would talk to the people in the village and all the people surrounding the village, bring all your children to the village on this day. And then the vaccine manufacturer would come in and vaccinate them for measles. And he said, what does measles have to do with blindness? Well, measles not only can cause death, and most people in the United States don't remember that because we haven't had bad measles in the United States in 30 years. Measles also causes blindness. So again, we were treating a disease that we had a treatment for, we just needed to get it to the people. Okay. KidSight USA is a Lions program that helps do vision screening throughout the United States. It's a central repository for information. So when you do a screening this year, you're going to be sending those totals, the number of people you screened, the number of people you referred based on ages, to past District Governor Chuck Martin, who is our district vision screening chair this year. He will take that information and forward it to our multiple district, or Texas vision screening chair, and make sure it gets sent to KidSight. By sending to KidSight, we're getting a lot of valuable information, some that we don't completely understand, but we're able to get information. For example, we have found out that in the African American and Caucasian communities, referral rates run generally about 14-15%. In the Hispanic community, referral rates run about 17%. We don't know exactly why, we just know it's a fact. And that way we can have a better idea of what to expect when we're going into different areas to screen. So KidSight, LionsKidsightUSA.org is their website. And if you go out there, the next screen shows you their site. There's 2 things I want to point out. I will give you the manufacturer certification for vision screening. If you do like me and get hooked possibly on this, KidSight USA provides a certification. They've got a book you can download or read online. They've got videos that you can watch. Then you can register and take the test. If you pass, you get a KidSight USA certified screener badge. And my name's on the back of it, so if I lose it, they can find me. The other thing I've got on this slide is, the shop. They, of course, will sell things to you. One of the things I like the best are the stickers. So when you screen the kids, you can give them a sticker. Now, this sticker just has the Lions KidSight USA logo on it. This sticker says, "A lion checked my eyes today." I like this one better. The kids tend to like this one better too. I think they're about $29 for 500 stickers. And so it lasts a while, but it's something that you might want to consider if your club's going to be doing a lot of vision screenings. There's other things that you can look at on here, testimonials and things. So this is kind of a fun site to look at. But now we go to PlusOptics. PlusOptics is one of the partners for KidSight USA. There's 3 major vision screening machines out right now. There's the Welch Allen Spot machine. There's the PlusOptics machines, and there's multiples there. And there's a machine called Blink. And they all are basically will do the same thing in different ways. PlusOptics is based in Germany, and they say we were the first. And Welch Allen says, well, we made some good changes when we did it. And Blink says we use a totally different methodology. So all 3 of them are valid, all 3 of them are good. I don't know of a Blink that we have in our district, but I do know they are around in Texas. So if your club decides to buy a machine, just be ready for sticker shock. They cost about a minimum of $6,000, and they go up according to what you want. But they all help us to lay people to do something that we could never do otherwise, which is help train children. Okay, why do we scream? Keep walking away from the microphone, my apologies.
Do you want a wireless?
That's okay. So, vision problems are the leading handicap in childhood. Now, you might not think of a vision problem as being a handicap, but that's because I look around and a lot of us have glasses on. So we're not handicapped. The handicap has been resolved for us. But for children, they don't know they can't see well until they're asked to look at something. I remember I was 10. We were visiting my grandmother's church in Pasadena area. And one of the old churches where they used to post the hymns up on the front wall of the church. So you would know what the next hymn was. And I asked my dad, what's the next hymn? He'd tell me, and finally he said, they're posted right up there. And I said, I can't read that. Monday I was in Texas State Optical getting my eyes examined. So 80% of what children learn is visual. Think about that. 80%. So if you can't see, you can't learn. Most teachers will tell you that. Even if they put you on the front row, you've got to be able to see. And that's why we have screenings in schools. Vision problems, especially with preschoolers, can wind up leading to a loss of sight, learning difficulty, and delayed development. So we're going to talk about amblyopia in a little while. That's one of the ways that children can lose their sight. Learning difficulties and delayed development. I worked with a pediatric optometrist for a little while when we were in Round Rock. And one of the things she had was a 30-question sheet. She said, before you take your child in and put them on ADHD medicine, answer these 30 questions, because your child's problem may be that they can't see well. They can't see well, they get tired of an activity, they move on to the next thing in their brain, which is also a symptom of ADHD. They can't concentrate, they move on. So vision problems can be misdiagnosed as ADHD. At least that's what this doctor told me. And children are not aware of the problems. Children just say, I can see it, everybody can see the same way I can, right? Why would they think any differently? Or they think, gee, he's got eagle eyes, he can see that way over there, and I can't. But they don't think that they have a problem, they think the other person's really good. So our desired result from our screening is to decrease childhood blindness through early detection and treatment of the most common vision disorders that cause amblyopia. So most of you may have heard of amblyopia as lazy eye. Okay? So what happens with amblyopia, well, let's go down here. So amblyopia is from a Greek word dull in vision, and it's reduced vision in one eye from disuse. Why would an eye be disused? Well, if you've got one good eye and one bad eye, or one bad eye and one awful eye, your brain is going to take the best image it can go with. And it'll say, oh, I'm going to use the good eye, or I'm going to use the less bad eye. I'm going to use that vision. And between the ages of birth and about 7 years old, your brain is building your vision center. Because your vision center is in the back of your brain. Your eyes, they take in the light. It all hits the retina, goes through the optic nerves, through the neural pathways to the vision center in the back of the brain. So during this time, the brain is building these neural pathways back to the vision center. If it stops using one of the eyes because it doesn't like that image, it can't make sense with that image, then it doesn't build those neural pathways. If those neural pathways aren't built, then that eye is totally ignored. The child will go blind in that eye. Terrifying thought, right? Incidence, it says between 1% and 5%. I've heard 3%. Now let's think about the most common elementary school. Let's just say 5 grades, 100 kids in each grade. Is that fair? 500 kids in a school? Probably more. But 500 is an easy number for me to work with in my little brain. 3% means 15 kids in that school are in danger of amblyopia. And you'll notice that treatment is most successful when it's started before age 7, while those neural pathways are still being built. So that means past the first grade, you may not be able to help those kids, which is why KidSight USA recommends that we do kids from 6 months to 60 months as our concentration, up to 5 years, before preschoolers. Try and catch them when they're young. Try and catch them before they start having vision problems that can't be corrected. So that's one of the KidSight USA things, 6 to 60. Okay? So what causes amblyopia? And I gave you a separate page that has a list of all sorts of terms on it. So I'm not going to define all of these for you, and I'm going to say them very poorly. So if there's anybody out there that's medically inclined, please forgive me. But things that can cause amblyopia are things like anisotropia, which is one eye, or your two eyes are more than 1 diopter apart in measure. Okay, so the brain has to choose between those eyes. High farsightedness, which is hyperopia, can cause vision problems, can cause amblyopia. High myopia, nearsightedness, also causes blurry problems. Strabismus is when your eyes are not focused in the same direction. Sometimes people call it cross-eyed, or they might call it wall-eyed because your eyes go out instead of in, or it might be one straight and the other one's in or out. So if your eyes are not pointed in the same direction or not working together properly, that can cause it. Astigmatism, which is an abnormal curvature of the cornea, causes blurriness. And so this can also shut down, if one eye's got high astigmatism, then your brain might say, I'm not going to use that, I can't see anything. So those are things. There's other issues. You see cataracts here. There is such a thing as prenatal cataracts, children born with a cataract, in which case they will not have good vision until that cataract is removed. Now, the good news is that's something that's fairly obvious and can be dealt with. Yes?
How often does that tend to how often does that tend to happen?
It's not a very large thing, and like I said, the doctors tend to notice it because cataracts block the vision totally usually. So it's usually picked up by the doctors and nurses right away. But another kind was, I was on a mission trip in Guatemala, and we were screening all the kids in the school on our day off. Yes, our day off. We're a little bit crazy that way. And one little boy came up and said, well, I can't. I said, I'm having trouble with your left eye. And he says, oh, I can't see out of my left eye. And I said, what do you mean you can't see out of your left eye? And he says, I was hit in the eye with a rock a few years ago, and I haven't been able to see ever since. Well, his eye had formed a cataract from that rock hitting him in the eye. Well, the fortunate thing was the people who set us up at that school was the Antigua Guatemala Lions Club. And a past district governor of that club, was a doctor at the pediatric hospital there in Antigua. And they also do cataract surgeries in their lion's den. So they arranged for the little boy's cataract to be removed so his vision was restored. That's working together, two clubs working together for the common good of a child. And, there's not a whole lot better than that. Okay, yes? Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to know, what is it called when you can't see up close?
Nearsightedness
Nearsighted, okay?
or myopia.
Of the mind.
Okay, so on visual acuity versus screeners, all screeners assess refractive error and not acuity. So what the screener actually does is uses infrared light to go into your eye, and it measures what bounces back. And by doing that, it measures the structure of your eye. And that's how it can tell if you're nearsighted or farsighted, have astigmatisms, and all these other, whether the two eyes are working at the same, gaze, all through this infrared light being bounced through your eye. Okay, no vision screener identifies presbyopia. Anyone know what presbyopia is? Is anybody here over 35? Anybody here need reading glasses or have bifocals? You have presbyopia, as do I. Okay, presbyopia is not a structural issue with your eye, though. Presbyopia is an issue with the lens in your eye. And they don't totally know why. Some people think it's a chemical reaction. Some people think that it's just overuse. But the lens quits being quite so elastic and doesn't change as quickly as it used to. As a child, I can look at my hand here and look at something a mile away, and immediately it's in focus because that lens changes. Well, for us, that lens doesn't change well on the side. Now, the lens in our eye is a plus lens, which is why when you get reading glasses or you get bifocals, you get like a +2 or +2.5 in your vision, because you're adding to make up for your lens not working as well. Bad news is it starts sometimes, usually between 35 and 45, and it gets worse. The older you get, the more strength you need in the bifocals quite frequently. So I tell you this because if you're out in a screening and the grandparents have the grandchild and they say, will you screen me first so I can see what it's like before I let you do my grandchild? So you screen them and you say, oh, you've got great vision. And they say, I can't read a thing. Yes, your machine's not worth anything. Let's go. Well, the reason is because they have great vision, but they also have presbyopia. So we can't detect that with this machine because it's not a structural issue. And there's no accurate conversion rate between what this machine will return to you and your standard acuity table. So we can't say, oh, well, you're 20/40 if you have these numbers, because it just doesn't work that way. Acuity can only be assessed
by a wall chart and selected computer testing, which requires active patient cooperation and participation. Our machine, on the other hand, does not require active participation. You're going to find, you stand a meter away from them, you get everything in focus, the green lights turn on, and the machine already automatically takes the readings. They don't have to tell you yes, no, maybe. All they have to do is look. And if you're pointing a camera at them, guess what most kids are going to do? They're going to smile.
So this is our friend, I'm sorry.
This is our friend, the SR12. This is the smaller of the PlusOptics machines. Okay, you know the happy face on the front. So you can tell because look at the nose on the happy face, because that's where the lens is. Okay, it has a little speaker up here, but we'll get to all this. But I just wanted to show you the machine. This is the machine, and you go, that costs $6,000? It's the computers and sensors that's in it that cost $6,000. Okay. We have had an ongoing argument with the state of Texas because the head of the department that takes care of vision screening for schools only cares about acuity. Acuity is all that matters. If they're 20/40 or better, they're great, they can read the board. And we said, but what we're trying to do is find kids that need to be seen by a doctor, whether they can read the board or not. Because the fact they can read the board this year doesn't mean they're going to be able to read the board next year. But so visual acuity, we can tell with the chart, but with our machine, we can tell myopia, nearsightedness, hyperopia, farsightedness, astigmatisms, anascaria, which is a pupil abnormality. One pupil is larger than the other. They can have different causes. Anasmetropia, which is uneven sightedness, where they're more than a diopter apart, or strabismus, where the eyes don't line up. We can all of that in 1 second. So why wouldn't you let us use it? Because acuity is all that matters. Well, that guy's finally retired, and we're working on the new guy. So hopefully the state will start taking our results. Right now, the state will take your results if you have that first yellow card that I showed you earlier, and if you work with children 6 and under. Or, yeah, under 6, I'm sorry, it's under 6. So pre-K, K, you can use the machines, the state will accept it. Why? Because they can't tell their letters anyway, most of them. And so you have to use a tumbling E chart, or you have to use an HOTV chart or something where the kids can more easily, and it's a slow process, and it takes a lot of the school nurses' time to take care of this. Okay, so what we're talking about is screenings. A screening identifies the need for an exam. This machine will tell you right off the top 2 things. Pass, refer. And notice I said pass and refer. We don't use the F word. Nobody fails a vision screening, okay? Because as soon as you say fails, it upsets the child. We're going to refer you to be seen by a doctor. You know, and in preschools, you don't even have to tell them that, because you're probably going to be sending a paper home to every parent anyway. One set of papers will say, "Thank you for allowing us to screen your child. All the results came back normal. Please have them screened again next year." The other one's going to say, "Thank you for allowing us to screen your child. 1 or more results was out of norm for their age. We recommend that you take your child to see an optometrist or ophthalmologist." Okay? And those papers would then be sent home by the preschool itself with each child. And that way, you don't get they don't know whether they got a pass or refer or anything, because it's meaningless to most of the preschoolers. All they know is they got a sticker. and they're happy because they got a sticker. And everybody that, I mean, I've seen lots of different ways, where they come and the teachers send them in pairs, and one child sits while the other one gets screened. In that case, what you probably want to do is just set up 2 chairs. So you screen the first one, and then you screen the second one. And so it's just easy that way. Okay, so we identify problems early. Early identification is the key, especially for amblyopia. We can provide healthcare information, we can, but we don't have to. That's optional. And it results in a referral to an eye care professional. So one of the things you're probably going to want to do, in whatever your club is go to your optometrist, go to your ophthalmologist, especially pediatric ophthalmologist, and say, will you help us when we find a child that needs to be referred? We have an optometrist in the Woodlands that takes all of our children, and he doesn't charge us. He used to be in our club, but he continues to serve with us. He's just no longer a member. But so he takes care of all our pediatric eye exams for us for free. We have another provider that we work with, and they will charge $35 if we send a referral. So we can get an eye exam for an adult for $35. So both of those things are within our network. But you got to go out and create your own network. Find people in your city, your town, maybe different areas of town. Maybe it's Dr. Jones in the east and Dr. Smith in the west that you'll refer them to. Or maybe it's going to be based off what school they go to. Our vision program in the Woodlands, we work with the school nurses directly. So the school nurse has a child that needs to be referred when they use the eye chart, then they can contact us, and if they need to, then we take care of getting them the examination and the glasses. So that's just something. You have to build your own network in your own community, and you might want to find multiples so that maybe the doctor will do 1 a month or do 12 a year. And so if you have 2 or 3 doctors, that's probably going to take care of your needs. An examination, on the other hand, is performed by an eye care professional, an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. It examines the patient for eye disorders and diseases. We can't do that. We don't do glaucoma tests. We don't do retinopathy tests. We don't do macular degeneration tests. That's all done by eye care professionals. They diagnose the problems and they prescribe treatment if needed. Just because you get a referral does not mean that the child is going to wind up in glasses. There are different situations. Number one is there's like a 5% error rate potential built into these machines. Because what you may find is, the doctor might say, well, you're okay right now. You're right on the cusp of needing something, but right now you're okay. Maybe in a year they're going to need glasses, maybe they won't. And so some doctors would not prescribe in that case. They'd say, come back in a year and let's see how you're doing. So I remember in Round Rock they did a backpack giveaway. They offered vision screenings for all the kids coming in getting free backpacks. They did 985 screenings that year. They had 57 referrals. They had 5 machines. They had 4 clubs, a Walmart, some people from Dell. I mean, it was a huge operation, and it went on for like 12 hours. They said they had 57 referrals. They had a deal worked out with a company called Essilor that makes eyeglass lenses. And they had an 18-wheeler there. And in that 18-wheeler, they had 2 optometrists ready to do exams. And they had a glasses cutting machine. So the kids that got referred were sent out. They got an exam on site, went down, picked out from the frames. Maybe there may have only been 8 or 10 frames, so they got to pick their frames, and then they made them glasses. So 37 went home that night with free school supplies and a new pair of glasses. Now, the other 20, what happened to them? Well, some of them had really complicated prescriptions. Some of them, it was just too late in the day. So those prescriptions got made, and they were sent to the school nurse. And the school nurse then got the glasses to the child. So that was a great program. Unfortunately, SLR doesn't have that program anymore. I checked. But we're looking for someone else that might, because that's a great thing if you're going to have a big screening, and you can say, go out there and get an exam right now. Okay. I've been using these words and I haven't defined them for you, so just in case we all want to make sure everybody understands. An ophthalmologist is a medical doctor, an MD, that specializes in eye treatment and surgery of the eye. So these are doctors that will take care of you. My eyes have been so bad for so long that I saw an ophthalmologist for most of my life. Optometrists are doctors of optometry. We have an optometry school at the University of Houston. Very good school. Turns out great doctors. And they're going to be able to examine you and determine what your problems might be and get you prescribed lenses or contact lenses or whatever it is they need to. But if it's a disease that needs specialty care, then the optometrist will refer you to an ophthalmologist because you need to be seen by a medical doctor. The optician, they're the people that put your glasses on you. You go to them, they get the glasses made, they put them on they measure your pupil distance, they make sure that the glasses fit your face and everything. So those are the people that you work with directly to get your glasses. And then I have what I call the Lions threshold. The Lions threshold is simply this: we're none of those other people. We're not eye care professionals. We're volunteer lay healthcare providers using a machine that we've been trained to use. And I ask you, when you do screenings, wear your Lions vest or wear a Lions shirt. Have that Lions logo on there. Number one, it's good advertising. Number two, it helps people understand that we're not medical providers. We had a club at another district that went out and bought scrubs and had certified vision screeners on their scrubs. And we said, no, you're implying that you're medical by having scrubs on, and you're not. He says, it doesn't say we're medical anywhere. It says we're certified vision screeners. I said, yes, but the implication's there. So they wouldn't change, but we still told them that we disagreed with their decision. Okay. I'm going to show you a little video right now, and then we'll talk, okay? Is there volume?
It's connected to the microphone.
Can y'all hear it all? That's not going to work.
We've always considered crops exceptionally bright. We can ride its name, recognize runners, and has amazing coordination at every sport we try.
Oops. Sorry, we have to start again, I guess.
We are a typical family whose world revolves around our children. We have always considered crops exceptionally bright. We can write his name, recognize letters, and When a referral letter came back indicating the possibility of high farsightedness, we were in complete disbelief. That evening we made flashcards of pictures and tested cross ourselves. He could not see even large pictures until about 10 feet away. They never knew. His world for almost 4 years was always blurred, and we, or his teachers and people, did not see any signs. The pediatric ophthalmologist confirmed that Christ is extremely high farsighted, with a prescription of positive 7 in both eyes. They put the glasses in his face, and he looked up at God, and he said, "You are so big, I can see you." And I left the room, because I just started crying. And then he said, "Look at these trees, they have poking things." And I thought, oh my goodness, he never saw branches. He never saw pine needles. I couldn't pry the glasses off of him. We can run that. It wasn't magical. His magic glasses. And how is he very he has such a confidence now. It's like the glasses, opened up this new, amazing world. We know that it's made a difference in his life and in ours. It's overwhelming to me what this program has done to our lives. Lions changed our lives. At 3.5 years old, there were no signs and there were no symptoms. The Cross's world was a complete blur. When we received the referral from the Lions Club, we didn't believe it, not for a second. But I took Cross to a local eye doctor and flashed pictures on the screen, very large pictures, and asked Cross
I show you that video for two purposes. One, because, let's face it, it's hard to watch and not get a tear. And number two is, that's what hooked me on vision screening. I said to myself, if I could help one child, just one child like that, I'll have changed the world. So here's the real reason we do this. Oops. Sorry. The real reason we do vision screening. Because of the service offered by your club, this 4-year-old is now seeing much better. Some of you may have gotten her eyes checked at any eye doctor, and this is true. We had an eye exam at her 4-year-old checkup in January. They said due to her being young, that was why she wasn't doing well. We'll check her again when she's 5. This Saturday, I took her and her 2 cousins to the egg hunt at Schertz Park. And did a free vision screening with the Schertz Lions Club. Go where the children are, is what that just said. As you can see, my sweet princess did indeed need glasses. She has astigmatisms in both eyes. So Omega and her parents say thank you very much for improving her vision. So this is a case where the pediatrician in the 4-year checkup is not an optometrist, wasn't worried that she wasn't doing well, but the Lions Club with a vision screening machine found the problem and helped this little girl get her glasses. That's very touching to me. Now I'm going to tell you my story. So November of 2013, I took vision screening training. In December, through the help of my Lions mentor, I joined the district vision screening committee. In March of that year, my Lions Club and another Lions Club went together and we bought a machine. We said, we don't need the machine for 52 weeks a year. Why don't we share it with you? And that way each of us is only responsible for half the cost, and yet we have a machine we can use. And they said, great idea. In April, I got my training certification on the Welch Allen spot machine, which is what we used in District S3. In October of that year, I went on my first mission trip. So we went to Guatemala. The other half of this story is that the head of this mission trip was in my Lions Club, and he was so impressed with the machine that he got permission for the missions trip to buy a vision screening machine. So we had a vision screening machine with us in Guatemala. Before, we just used flip lenses. So which is better, 1, 2? Which is better, 1, 2? And so we're on this trip to Guatemala. We go out to the small village called San Andreas, which is not far from Volcano Fierro, which exploded a number of years later. First morning, a gentleman walks in. He's 80 years old. Says, I can't see. I used the vision screening machine on him, and it came back with pass and almost all zeros. No, I mean, his eyesight was almost perfect. He says, but I can't see. And I screened him, and I screened him, and I screened him a 4th time. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know how to help you because the machine says you've got great vision. And he left upset because I couldn't help him. That evening on the ride home, guess what my little pea brain said? I've given you a hint. We talked about it earlier. What? No. His cataracts were, I checked, and his cataracts were fine. He could see fine.
Who was the readers?
He had presbyopia. He needed reading glasses. He told me he couldn't see, but what he was trying to say is he couldn't see to read, but his English and my Spanish didn't hook up. And I realized on the way home, all he needed was some reading glasses. I have felt bad for 8 years now that I failed that man. But that man taught me a lesson that I will never forget again. So I hope God can forgive me. I hope he can forgive me. Day 4, where this particular mission, we go to different villages every day. 1 to 2 hour bus ride each direction. So we're at the village Pacaya on the volcano Pacaya. It's on the side of the volcano. And it's a nice town. And the mission's with the Roman Catholic Church. So we're in the chapel of the Roman Catholic Church in Pacaya, Guatemala, doing vision screening. And in walks the saddest little 9-year-old girl you've ever seen. And she sits down, and I screen her. And the machine I had at the time just said, more than minus 7.5 in both eyes. And I'm new at this, so I go get our senior guy, and we screen again, same result. We use the flip lenses on her, and she's minus 8 in both eyes. We said, what are we going to do? So we take 2,000 to 3,000 pairs of glasses with us that come from the Conroe Noon Recycle Center. So thank y'all. If you've ever contributed glasses to the Recycle Center, we've been one of the missions that's used the glasses. So we started going through our glasses, and somehow, some way, or we could just say God provides, there was a pair of minus 8s in our stock. Why? We don't know. We shouldn't have minus 8s, but we did. And the sad little girl turned into a happy little girl. We put the glasses on her, she goes, oh! And for the first time in her life, probably, she could see past the end of her arm. And what she saw was a room full of people getting screening, getting glasses, and it made a huge impact on me. And right then there I said, okay, God, I'll do this for as long as you'll let me. And I will train as many people as I can so that they can do this for as long as they can. The more, because this is my one child. I fulfilled my goal of that first day on my first mission trip. Now that mission trip, 3 of us saw 2,004 people came through our vision screenings. So we've been on 4 other mission trips since then and done numerous things around the local area. But that's when I became a Lion. I just said there's a difference between a Lions Club member who goes to meetings and occasionally goes to do a service, and a Lion who has the heart and knows I'll never not do this. Okay, enough of that. So when I moved to this district in 2016, past district governor, or at the time district governor, Noah asked me to be vision chair. And in 2017, I got my PlusOptics training certification. And that's my story. Does anyone need a break? 5 minutes? Yes, no? No?
5 minutes here.
5-minute break.
Oh, great. You open our eyes. Seeing is believing, This is a life flow. If you don't see, you don't believe. But very impressive.
How can we join the district?
That would be PDG Chuck Martin, South Carolina, East Division Screening Chair this year.
For the place for the recycling of lenses, so I can tell the children we can recycle.
Yeah, so like when people come to oftentimes Eddie or Matt, they'll come up to my president and secretary council, and we always have people there collecting glasses to take them to the Colorado.
Okay, but I really want to be.
Let me see let me talk this up. I'll give you your name.
Yeah.
And I'll send an email, copy both of you.
So I'll send you my email. And also, should I want to do your work?
We're looking at doing some of that, but right now it's going to be the East County over there. If we get that set up, we'll talk to them about setting us on over closer.
Because I was when I was child, I had the issues like some physical they take like simple exercising like that, and a lot of like it's gonna be hard like those also makes your muscle.
So we can have one spot
You may not
that
take the
I
class.
can collect the shot.
It's just the structural.
Yes, that's why a lot of
Somebody
things like that's why I
should
want to
so
think
nice
about
friends.
And then, like I said, that was, just watching the video, I
Yes,
know.
yeah, that's right, you did great job today. I think everybody actually,
I can get it stocked in my clinic, also whatever
all our
we
here,
provide.
because we work with
And we can make it different. I can have new flyers and get stuff. And I can put my name and my name. So people bring it because I have wheelchairs, I have the walkers, I have the slings, I have the oxygen generators, I have the walking sticks.
things they're spending money for, like, believe me, those are not opening.
So
I
this
saw.
is my
No, we
experience
do,
is
but
long
I
and
come to you.
a lot of people who have, even my friend has about 10, 20 friends.
First I got a note from him, it's called health fair. No, I didn't mean to get it, but we can check with her and maybe you can come and help at the health fair. And that way you can get time on the machine, I can be there to supervise you and help if necessary.
Yeah, that's the one. Because I was thinking, there's a big place, like a lot of fun can get, saved.
I just warned you, it can
And
change
second,
your
yeah,
life.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm actually pointing that's where the second
Another solution that
the
is
this
usually
the club this strap.
we place a lot of people also.
With this logo,
And we
you go
inform
out
them,
and get signed.
when that,
They have 40% of that this logo.
So we can also get after your training, or we
You
do.
can force them, that is the only way to go back to my second or third.
This one.
Yep.
What is their, this is their link.
Yep, there, and it's a nice go to the shop there.
I need the complete guidance. You know, I want to start something, I want your advices, your experiences, how to invite people to come in, I can set up.
So, but this is hard. They said they were going to see what's
Can you send it to me on my
The
account?
government certification program.
Yeah, that's everything. So how can I manage this?
That's the state of Texas.
You can manage that.
We're working on it now, because we have to jump through the study. And they only need somebody to sign with us.
That's fine, you can take off your, I know I can see what you say, John.
I'll make sure that you're copied when I get the information about when we practice this.
And that's the main one. Other actually was coming this one.
We'll give you a whole shot and you tell them if you want help. What does he have that you can help?
That's right. I want to look at it.
Give me the phone number.
Everything, so I do 936. So.
760
Good.
1666.
And you also send me your information, so I can have your I have lot of kids, kids in her.
We're on the medical vision, she works in nursing, I work in vision.
You're lucky.
So when we take all of the suitcases, then we look at them, and these happen to be readers. But, they'll have all of the information on the tag, and then when we get the more approximate prescription, then we go and pull it.
Everybody that lives in the house needs them. Now,
can
they bring
go
the
walk.
readers with them.
Because there is a University of Texas usually come to our place. Now they stop it there. Usually come to the pool.
Yeah.
Keep about 20 people in a day. They come with all the students. The top ophthalmologist, his name is very big, and I don't remember. And they explain all kind of patients, and they were offering glasses, low. But you know, now glasses are online, you buy online, very cheap. So they stopped it, otherwise they were providing their really friends. Now the lenses are, they give prescription number 1, and then do the referral.
I would say.
Duty. I think you
I
know.
don't want to get prescription information out because we're not doctors.
I understand.
And so, when I'm in Guatemala, they don't send doctors or they so we help them by giving them the best practice.
Yes, at least in saving that they can take confidence.
And whereas here, it's against the law for me to give out prescriptions for
Yes.
unless it's just readers.
Yes.
We can give away readers.
Yes.
So like we did a screening at How are you doing? Apartment complex. And so those people, when they needed readers, we said, well, we've got some here, let's figure out what you need. And we gave away some readers that way. But it has to be just plain readers. It can't be any kind of prescription.
So, you know the club has a machine? You already have the machine?
My club does not have a machine. This machine I have today is the district's machine. And one of the things one of the privileges you get when they're certified, when they're you can borrow it. So first come, first serve. If somebody's already reserved it for a date.
I can do more inshallah. That's why we are here.
That's what I was
To explain the,
Well, and if you want to do that, let me know and I'll see if I can.
what we can do more. What I'm coming to is that machine costs you say $6,000. When you buy something, you see the feasibility and really the worth to be taken to somewhere. So like you have somebody and that machine is rotating all the time, so it is proving its worth. Now the question is the machine you have. If they're having a painted structure coming in, I don't know anything about that. So when you use the machine, you should have the reports.
You can have it in your hand. You just
So my question is, number one is the price of the machine. Number two is it now meeting the current qualifications? Because every day latest technology came out. When I go to my doctor, I spend more than half day and they put me on so many. Number three, the price. Okay? The price of the machine, is it the bottom line price or we get some special price?
Well, that's a lion's price. When I go to USA, Canada, I always talk to the PlusOptics. They usually have a set for large. And it's instead of 6,000, maybe 5,700. So then they say, oh, but it's not that puts you back to 6,000. So, they do help a lot.
If somebody interested to donate that machine, and there are a lot of people who if somebody give me a machine for instance,
if you wanted to do a presentation to people in and say, hey, this, I could start, instead of making this instruction, I could make a presentation so people can understand.
Yeah, we can do that.
If we could raise $6,000, we could buy it.
Maybe one person can donate.
One person,
But my point is,
maybe 60 people donate $100.
so when we have the machine, I have to use it. Yeah, that's where I'm coming. This machine is for everybody, I mean, for children, adults.
He's a big guy.
It can be used for adults, but the thing about adults, and I'll talk about that, is it doesn't test for glaucoma, it doesn't test for macular degeneration, it doesn't test for diabetic retinopathy, it doesn't test for eye diseases. All it's doing is telling you So, we don't want people to get a screening and say, I don't have to see that. Because the cooks don't have, when they get problems, they doctors,
But when I do maybe any program like that, I will have the presence of optometrist when we do.
that's what you need, is you need to.
I have a lot of opticians, optometrists, eye clinic,
You're back.
we can set up according to their
When
availability.
we learn ourselves from you that we can instruct. If you're not available, you may be outside.
One step at a time.
I can't stop for excuses if somebody wants to use it as long as you're going to supervise it. I won't get it with them. To use it, give it to you and stuff. And here's their with them, and you want to show them how easy it is. No, I understand that, and, you know, like Conrad Moon has developed out. Okay, now they train themselves. And, you know, it's not a certified training, but they own the machine, so they don't have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Very important and usually that when you buy this kind of machine, the manufacturer, they should come and train. They provide you the operation manuals, they give you the instructions, and they come and train. And they have the backup option. I understand. What my question is, my question is, when child born in any hospital, and when they are released from the hospital, they are fully, they do their physical. And then chip and medical. For the children, from the womb of their mother up to 18 years are covered. Almost everybody's covered. When I do law, chip and I'm trained by them. And I help them in perinatal services, all besides. So the access to refer to the specialty is easy. And we get any connection. But we will have the other option.
You know your ABCs yet?
Let me finish my idea, but I think I need your guidance.
Can you say
Because I'm using multiple resources. I'm a part of the all doctor corporation, American, Pakistani physicians. We have all the doctors all over America. And I have the option at the moment to refer to any doctor for any specialty. Without, if they have no money, if they have no comment, if they have no resources, or even status, and they are ready to help them as far as their personal service. I mean, doctor can provide them all the treatment, but any surgery, any outside help, they have to pay. But doctor will not charge you. That is the area where we can put back from what we do, we do about 200 to 300 surgeries, cataract surgeries every day. We have a mobile team, we have the doctors, they go weekend from Friday to Sunday evening, they go, that kind of things.
Let's talk about that. Can we
You write your,
get back together, please?
what is that?
I think that's a very good discussion. I'm very happy.
We show it to me next year. I'm like,
That one.
you got it.
So everybody
Okay. Thank you for getting back together. We're going to start doing what you really wanted to come here for, which is start looking at the machine and how it works and how to use it. The first part was primarily to make you understand what we are, what we're doing, why we do it, and I don't think I said this well enough earlier. So remember, if you're out at a public place and you're doing a screening, please do not allow people who are not certified to be going out to asking people, do you want a free eye exam? because we're not providing eye exams, we're providing eye screenings. And it's a very touchy subject with doctors, and people get upset with you. Well, this was an exam. And another thing I want to talk to you about real quickly is another idea we had when I was in Round Rock. We were doing a vision screening, and a 3-year-old comes in, and she looks at me and says, "Where's the ice cream?" And I said, "I'm sorry, dear, this is an ice screen, not ice cream." And we got to talking afterwards. We got to talking afterwards, and we started a program called Ice Cream for Ice Cream. And we went down to Andy's Custards, had just opened in Round Rock, and we went down to talk to him. And I was a shy and demure person at the time, and I was going to ask if we said, could we have 100 free cones? Could we get a coupon for a free small cone to give to kids when we're doing ice creams? And they said, "Sure. How many would you like?" Well, I thought, wow, maybe I should ask for 100. And my mentor, who was with us at the time, was it 300 or 500 that she did? 300. So she says, "Well, we'd like 300, please." Okay, no problem. And they gave us 300 coupons for small cones. Of course, what they're thinking is for every child that comes to get a small cone, there's a mom or a dad who's going to buy a big sundae. So they're still going to be doing okay on the money, and they're going to get new customers that way. But that eye screening where I told you they screened 985 kids on backpack giveaway day, they had 1,000 coupons, so every kid who came through there got ice cream for ice cream. And if you can find someone who's willing to work with you, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Culver's, Wendy's, whoever, look to see if you can give them a little treat. Just as a preview, our Council of Governors this year is going to ask people in October to do screen and treat. Not screen or treat, screen and treat, so that we give kids some kind of a treat when we do an eye screening for them. So that's just that's just an idea of the types of things that you can do to help bring people in. At the Buda, anyone heard of the Buda Wiener Dog races? Buda is a small town between Austin and San Marcos, and every summer they have Wiener Dog races. And this is serious racing. People from 5 states around Texas come to the Buda Wiener Dog races. So they were doing a vision screening, couldn't find anybody. So what did they do? I mean, they were kind of stuck out of a corner. So they got their Leos, and they said, "Leos, go out and see anybody with a stroller, ask them if they want a free vision screening. They see anybody with a toddler, ask them." So the Leos went out, and they got all sorts of people to come in and get screenings. So you just have to think outside the box a little bit at times. Okay, so this is our friend, as I said, the S12R, which is PlusOptics. It's the smallest machine, but it's all we need. They do make a bigger machine, but it has capabilities that we don't necessarily need. So as I said, the camera lens is in the nose. So you tell the child to look at smiley face's nose. On the back, and there's a speaker up here that'll make noise to try to draw their attention. Younger children sometimes need a little noise, and they'll look to see where that noise came from. And that may be just long enough for you to get the screening done. On the back, there's a touch screen. So it's ready to go now because I booted it. Remember, this is a computer. It takes about 30 seconds to boot up. So if it's been sitting for 30 seconds, it may turn itself off to save the batteries. On the bottom here, this is the input for the charger. So it's got rechargeable batteries, so you just plug it in the night before. It'll run 3 to 4 hours of solid screening. If you're doing more than that, you probably want to take and plug it in between when you have a lull.
Will it work while it's plugged in?
Yes.
Okay, so in worst case scenario, you can have it plugged in.
As long as you have electricity, sometimes in Guatemala,
Well, yeah.
the head of the vision gets on the first row of the first bus. So when he gets off, he goes walking in and says, "Where's the power?" That's us. We claim the power. The other important thing here is this orange button on the bottom. That's your power button. You're on and off. So that's how you turn it on. That's how you turn it off. Simple enough. It boots up, you get a screen. Okay, on the bottom here is the battery case. You should never have to get in here, but if you really were working in a place with no electricity and you had a second set of powered rechargeable batteries, you could switch them out.
Also different outlets, like sometimes.
If you have extra batteries though that are already charged, you can switch them out. If you do switch them out, replace the batteries that the district owns before you get it back to us, please. We had a situation where in the other district where batteries got switched out and returned, and they didn't put rechargeables in, and we plugged it in to recharge, and it never would recharge. And we opened up and ding, 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 Duracells, but not rechargeable Duracells. And we said, "Well, what did you do with our batteries?" "Oh, we threw those away. They were dead." Go back to class, and we'll buy new batteries. On the left-hand side is this 12C. That's why it's got the no in it. That's not what this. Our machine is the one on the right. It's got just a few settings. Overall, let me just say, don't mess with the settings. If you buy a machine and you want to mess with the settings, feel free. But if you've already the district machines, I'm just going to go through real quickly. The only one that I think you could borrow, if you don't want sound, you could turn the sound off. I think that would be a problem. The others, I would probably just ask that you not do. You notice down here at the bottom one, let me get my laser. This one is the automatic time off. This goes off in 5 minutes. So if you set it down and you don't use it in 5 minutes, it turns itself off to save batteries. That may be adjusted if you want to, but I prefer if you changes, set them back when you're through with it. Date and time shouldn't be necessary. This is an interesting one. Referral threshold 4, which this is where people kind of go, "What?" It says it's going to catch 80% of the people that need to be referred. Okay? But it's saying 95% of the people it catches are going to need to be seen by a doctor. So almost everyone we have that we catch has to be seen by the doctor. If we go up, if we change these settings, past district governor Chuck called me one day and says, "We're getting referrals on everybody. There's something wrong." We finally looked at this, and someone had changed the setting off of 4. Once we put it back to 4, everything went back to normal. So 4 is a setting that's recommended. Yes?
What's the difference between 4 and 5? I see the settings.
Yeah, I see that as well. I don't know. But 4 is what they tell us to put it on, so that's what I do. I will look into that. That may be a misprint. I think it, but you see, if you go up to, if you go to 1 where 99% of the people needed are caught, well, 45% are false negatives. We don't want that. And then this is just the chart to show what values are being compared against. Again, this is set by PlusOptics, and we don't want to mess with it. The help screen just gives you some information you don't really need. And we get to the age band screen. For right now, until I update this machine, this is going to be true. If I update it, I'll try and take pictures and send them out for everybody, because this screen particularly changes. This version of the software has 3 bands, 5 to 8 months, 8 to 72 months, and 72 months to 300 months. If you want to change that into years, it's 5 to 8 months, 8 months to 6 years, 6 years and up. 300 is 25, but That's because they say we really should, they don't recommend using it on adults, even though it works just fine on adults, because of presbyopia and the other possibilities.
So, it's also not recommended to use on infants younger than 5 months.
5 months, the eyes aren't formed well enough for the machine to work possible.
Yes.
So, yes,
So to be clear, we could use them on adults, just we'd have to provide additional disclaimers?
no. So, if you're using it for an adult, the refer or pass is correct, okay? But why they ask us not to use it on adults is because we don't check for, we may be misleading the adult into thinking they don't need to see an eye doctor. They may have glaucoma, they may have diabetic retinopathy, they may have macular degeneration, they may have other diseases of the eyes that a doctor would note in an examination, that they don't go see the doctor because we tell them, hey, your vision's great. So that's the disclaimer you have to put on it, is your vision's fine, but you should still see an eye doctor to have them check for other issues that this machine won't check. So in using the machine, you want to be at the child's eye level. You notice the machine is directly level with the child's eyes. No direct sunlight. What did I tell you the machine uses infrared light to do the measurements? Well, the sun is the biggest producer of infrared light in our galaxy. Well, not our galaxy, but our solar system. So we got to be out of direct sunlight. You have to be 1 meter from the child. Anyone know how far a meter is in English speak?
3.5 feet.
39 inches. Okay. And the child, right now with this version, the pupils have to be 4 to 8 millimeters dilated. Now with the child, that's nothing. You put them into a semi-dark room and their eyes open up. Because as you get my age, you can put me in a dark room and my eyes may not open up to 4 millimeters. So, but that's the requirement. My understanding is the next set of software I put on here will take that down to 3 millimeters. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Okay, aligning the device. The first, you notice it has a screen that you're going to look at. So the screen is tilted. It's tilted so that when you're holding it here, you can read it. But I don't know what the percentage will be, but there will be probably at least 2 of you, if I was a betting man, that will do this. So the screen is flat in front of them so they can see it. Where's it pointing? To the ceiling. You're going to go, well, I can't find them. Okay? Just one of those things. I sometimes put my left hand flat so that the machine is sitting flat in my hand. The right hand is just to steady it and keep it in place. But that way, it reminds me to not have it put up like that. Again, eye level. And this is what you're going to see. In this first picture, they are too far. And the way you can tell is the picture on the screen when you look at it will not be in focus. Okay. The second one, they're ready for a screening. You see how it puts green circles around the pupils. It's got a green line running between it. There's green bars that'll run down the sides here. That's the first thing that changes green. When that changes green, you know you're in the range. But you aren't quite, if it doesn't take the reading, then you're not quite there, so you still have to move in and out maybe just a little bit, but you're in the range. And the bottom one, they're too close, so they have to move back. You notice that the whole face is there. You can't see the whole face, all you can barely see is the eyes. You'll get used to it. Another thing I do carry a ruler with me. Okay, this is a real simple ruler. And what I usually will do is I will measure 3 feet. If I'm asked them to sit in that chair, I'm going to measure 3 feet from the front of that chair and put a piece of tape on the floor. So I know this is approximately where I want to start. Now, you can never be exact, because even with little children, little Susie is going to walk up and sit on the very edge of the chair very daintily. And she's going to be 3 feet away from you, not 39 inches, so you're going to have to back up a little bit for little Susie. Little Johnny's going to come and plop down in the chair and lean back as far as he can to rest it on the back of the chair. Well, he's going to be 38, 40 inches from you, so you have to move a little in, probably for him, because he's sitting back 12 inches from where you measured. So it's not a precise science, but it gives you an idea of where to start. You don't make the child move. You do the moving. Because the child, once they're seated, they're comfortable, then you can move to get them in focus. Okay, a few more tips. It says surfboard stance lets you move. My surfboard stance, anybody surf? Even. One foot in front of the other, okay? So that you have a nice even balance. You can rock back and forth. And that allows you to move the machine very steadily by rocking back and forth and keeping it on track. If you put your feet together like this and you have to move the machine forward, well, if you wind up sticking out your rear end and looking kind of funny. And usually you also move the machine. It's harder to keep it on a level surface. If you want to go back, then you get it back to here, then you have to take a step back. If your feet are like this and you're just moving it, imagine 6 or 8 inches, then you could probably do everything. So I talk about like being on a train, keeping it on the rails, just moving it steadily in and out. It's a video game. Oh, it turned off. I'm sorry. You're good. It's a video game. Try and make it fun for the kids. You want the screening to be fun. This is not a serious activity. If they smile, that's fine. Sometimes you might have to say, "Make great big eyes," and they'll open their eyes really wide. You might have to have a girl brush the hair out of her face. But try and make it fun. Here we go. It makes noises similar to that and more. And so that's the type of thing we want it to be fun. For babies, lots of times the mom will try to sit there and hold the baby facing you. And that's fine if the baby cooperates. A lot of babies don't want to cooperate. They don't want to be sitting there, mom holding them. Mom throws them over her shoulder. Mom turns away from you. The baby's looking at you, and you can do the screening. This last one sounds a little strange. But both Welch Allen and PlusOptics told me this. If you're getting pupil too small, pupils need to dilate, tell them to close their eyes and wiggle their toes. And when they wiggle their toes, they swear that their pupils will dilate a little. So I have asked this before, and I've tried it, and I don't know, sometimes it works. I'm going to give you one more tip that's not on this. This is from my experience. We were in Guatemala, and we were in far eastern Guatemala. There's a big lake there. And most of the people, the natives people that live there, are of Mayan descent. And they still speak a Mayan dialect called Chichi. And I don't. So I don't speak Spanish either, unfortunately. So my English has to be translated to Spanish. And then there was a Spanish to Chichi translator talk to the people. So that's how I would ask a question, it would be translated twice. They would talk for 5 minutes, and it would come back to me, and they'd say, yes. And I'd go, well, that was the story. But they had very, very, very dark eyes, almost black dark eyes. And I've experienced this also when I was doing some screenings with Royal Oaks. So couldn't screen them, couldn't find the irises, couldn't find the pupils. So I talked to them, they said, what do you do? And you get a little pen light and shine on the tip of the nose so that a little bit of light drifts up into the eyes. And oftentimes that's enough for the machine to be able to distinguish the iris and the pupil so that it can take the reading. But those are just little tricks that I've gotten over 8 years of doing screenings. I think there is a pen light in that case. I'll check in just a moment. So results come up. Okay, so as soon as you get the person in place, you get 39 inches away from them, everything's in focus, they're looking at the lens. As soon as everything's in place, it takes the reading. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so it takes 1 second for it to determine that it's in the right place. It takes 1 second for it to do 29 readings. And then it compares them against the database. And if any one reading is outside the norms, it'll give you refer. See, I don't know if you can read, maybe see it on the screen, on the image on your, but refer is, we need to refer this person to a doctor. If it said pass, it would mean that everything was in normal ranges. And then you can have the fun of, did you know you have a green eye running, a green line on your face? I have a picture of it to prove it. And they go, where's that come from? Now, this orange arrow here from the refer screen will take you to a screen that gives you all the refractive error. It'll show you your sphere cylinder axis. Anything in green is within normal ranges. Anything in red is outside of normal ranges. I know this is a made-up example because the top number there says 0, and that will never be out of range. That'll never be out of normal. So I know they just did something, made up something as they were putting the slide together. So that's the main things you need to look at. But refer is all that matters to Lyons. Does this person need to be seen by a doctor? If you want to tell someone, hey, it looks like you might be a little nearsighted, hey, you may be a little farsighted, you can, but I don't generally, because it's not my place to do that. That's the doctor's job. Okay, pupils not found is one of the errors you'll get. That means it couldn't find the pupils. It could be because you took too long to find the face. Could be you were too jittery trying when you found the face. A line camper to the patient. Again, try again. Refer and try again. Now, when you're in the schools, if you go to a school and you can't get one to work, you try several screenings and it just won't screen the child, it's an automatic referral because we can't say that they're okay. When we say pass, that means that we could say the machine said everything was okay. If you're in a school and you can't get a reading, it's a referral. So pass, refer, measurement incomplete. So if measurement incomplete comes back multiple times, just refer them if you're in a school. If you're in a health fair type situation, you can say, sorry, I can't get a reading on you today. I can't tell you if you need to see a doctor. You might want to see a doctor just to check, but you don't have to refer them. This is just some inconclusive readings that you'll see, like the first one where one pupil is green and the other pupil is red because it's for some reason it's not being able to get that other pupil. That could be because of a cataract, that could be because of a different vision issue with that. This machine only works binocularly. It has to have both eyes to work. Now, once you've done a screening, this is the printer that is available, okay? And the machine and the printer can talk wirelessly. And it will print off a report similar to this one up here, if you want it to. Okay, this is up to the individual, up to the club, how you want to handle this. I will tell you, I do not print out these results, and I do not give these results to the child or the parent. And there's one simple reason why. It was pointed out earlier, okay, I've got left and right eye, I've got cylinders, stare, cylinder, and axis for both eyes. I've got the pupillary distance of 55 millimeters. I can go on to Zini and order a pair of glasses. I can go on to Glasses USA and order a pair of glasses. That may not be the right prescription. It's probably pretty darn close. But I don't want people to take this information and skip the doctor and go right to the glasses. I have other people who disagree. The doctors, I taught in Baytown, and we had an ophthalmologist and an optometrist, and they said, sure, send us the information. We'd like to know why they're coming. Well, if I did that, what I would probably do is take a Sharpie and black out the pupillary distance. Because you can't make a pair of glasses without knowing the pupillary distance. That's the distance between the two pupils so that they know where the center of the lens needs to be cut. If you look at your prescription you get from a doctor, it will not include pupillary distance.
Unless you request it.
Unless what?
Unless you request it.
If you have to ask them for it, and some will give it to you and some won't. When I would go to the optician, he would pull out his ruler and he would put it up and measure my pupillary distance, and then he would order the glasses based on that. So if you want to get it from the doctor, you have to ask for it, otherwise you don't get it. And if the doctor doesn't give it to you, I don't feel comfortable giving it to you. That's my thought. So what does that mean on pupillary distance? Well, that means when I'm in Guatemala, I might have to pull 2 or 3 pairs of -3 glasses, because the pupillary distance may be different in all 3 pairs, and only one of them is going to match that person's pupillary distance. And what happens if the pupillary distance is off? Well, I've seen things like eye flutter, where it wants to move to where the center of the lens is, because it's not in front of the pupil, where the pupil's wants to look. So the eye flutters, causes headaches, causes problems. So that's just a personal thing. I don't give out the information. PlusOptics provides it. Now, I have complained to PlusOptics about providing it. And I believe in the newest version of the software, which I'm going to put on this machine soon, it has an option as to whether or not to include pupillary distance on the printout. If it does, then the district machine will be set to no unless you go in and change it. Because that's just my personal opinion, and as long as I am in charge of the district machine, that's what it's going to be. So, with that, there's my information. And with the Woodlands Lions Club, that's my phone number. I used to live in Austin. When I moved here, my business number came with me. And so I've just never changed it. And so that's my phone number. And PS Moore 2S2 is our district, is my Lions email address. So you're welcome to contact me any way you want if you have any questions. So the next thing I want to do is I want to do some screenings. And everybody's going to have hands-on time with the machine to do a screening. If we only had someone that we could screen easily. Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia? Would you volunteer to help me? It's real easy. All I need you to do is come sit in the chair over here. Can you come sit in this chair up here?
Go ahead. It's okay.
We
We're
are
all here.
celebrating today, okay? Come on. Come sit in the chair right here.
All I want is take your picture with a special camera. Okay, can you sit there for me, please? You can smile. Perfect, okay? Just give me a second. Got it on my computer. You have an iPad or a phone that you sometimes get to play with? A tablet? And sometimes when you turn it on, it takes a little while for it to come on, right? That's what this is doing. It takes about 20, 30 seconds. Look, we're almost there. Okay, we're there. And how old are you? 5. Okay, so she's in the 6 to 72 months range. And we're done. Woo! That's how easy it is. And Mom, you'll be glad to know she passed. So,
Not back to school.
here's what you'll see. It says pass. That's the picture. You want to see your picture? Did you know you had a great light on your face? So here's the pass. Okay, so remember I told you about this little orange arrow? We're going to hit it, and you're going to see that all the numbers are in green because she got a pass. So everything is in green because all the readings, if any reading was outside of the norm, that reading would be in red. Okay?
Aren't you lucky that happened?
Right. You know? So here's the pass. That's a picture of the child at the time that screening was taken. And then here's all the green numbers showing you that everything is fine. Now, why the picture? Well, certain generations of cameras, they'll actually give you the ability to print a picture. And if you have a child with strabismus, where the eyes aren't pointing the same way, the doctor being able to see that picture can understand more why. I was doing a screening, and a boy got like a 10-year-old boy, and that was strabismus. I went, oh my God. So I prepared myself and went and talked to the father. I said, I don't know, I just went to that machine detected strabismus. I said, oh yeah, he had strabismus surgery when he was 10 months old. And if he wears his glasses, everything's fine. Well, where are his glasses? Oh, they're probably in his backpack. And I said, goodness, I hope your backpack can see real well.
Yeah.
Because you can't. So, this is what it looks like.
Where's your sticker?
You can see everything. You can see your eyes, you can see how they work. And then this
Oh, you put it on your forehead? Okay.
Everything is well with it.
She is very smart. I would like to have her in class. And she's pretty my age, that's what I
One of
was
those
too.
numbers would have been in red.
Not too many of them that age.
Here,
are well
so
with it.
that, so this is for nearsighted person. This is students. The cylinder is, well, trying to remember that. But they've always been stickers, but they have stickers for the problem. And the axis is just a natural thing, it's a probability.
I like this.
You tell your eye is seeing it. So if they're making glasses, they want to.
Oh, yeah.
When your eye is working. So that's all there is to doing is screening. It's a lot easier, but it's a lot shorter than we screen her. Can you come sit in the chair out there? Come on.
That's not mine.
Who wants to do, perfect, come on. You do the screening.
Okay.
Are you gonna do
You
it?
sit right here, please.
I'm saying you get the.
Okay, so you finish the prior screening. So what you do is you push the big orange button once. And how old is he? 3. Okay. So that's still in that same range, 8 months to 73. So it's already touched. So now you're going to want to get a meter away. So that's going to be about, comes about here. Surfboard stance, one foot in front of the other. Okay. Now get it out on his eye level. So you're going to lower it down and push the big orange button. Right in his eye. Close his eyes.
And there's a prime example between boys and girls in the chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Always. I have to read I do it.
Just hit this button twice.
And the girls are like this, and the boys are all, that's
But you just did it.
the boys always silent, and the girls always silent.
All right.
So again. And all this green numbers, so everything is looking good for now.
Yes.
Jumbo arms are much easier to do. We're gonna do 2 things. Okay? Number one, we're gonna screen through her glasses. Now, why would you want to screen through glasses? See if it's still working, see if it's still the proper correction. They can be a year old, they need to be replaced. Okay? So you screen through the glasses. If you get a pass with the glasses on, the glasses are good. If you get a because I know if she takes her glasses off, I'm going to get a referral. So that doesn't tell me anything. So we're going to try and screen through her glasses. Hope the glare's not too bad. It's the same process.
Great.
Except that she's going to be in the older age range. I believe you're older than 17.
Oh, you make a weird noise in there.
And then they get sorted by.
So with her glasses, she gets a pass.
I donate it.
So if you're in the school, this is really important. So what you're trying to do is find out where this
Do whatever you
Okay, come on, let's take the glasses off. Hopefully. Unless you're just trying to fool us because of good lenses in glasses.
If the lens is cracked, then we might cannibalize it for parts.
So without the glasses, you get a referral.
We set those aside and have cracked.
There are a lot of things, the student is something, and it can change shape.
Okay, so she wants to get this printed.
Ways out,
I guess you're gonna take it home and check it, because it's her prescription. So, to print this report, you have to get this, make sure your printer's on, and you have to get real close to the printer, because it's wireless, but it doesn't, it's not very far. So I'm gonna hit the printer button. I'm just gonna check past the question of patient information. That would be if you were trying to, if you're a doctor's office and using this, they might enter the patient's number or whatever. And it produces a report like that one. Okay, so what you would want to do is if you're going to use these, you want to have a referral letter already printed with a space that you can put this in. Okay, so this is comes on a piece of paper. So you can stick it, you can pull off the back and stick it to the book you want to finish. Here's one referral. Numbers in red.
Did she take her glasses off?
That's where it's not outside the normal.
Oh, okay.
So
Here's a referral.
as he is, we did read the class, right?
First time she passed with the glasses.
So that could need a referral, right?
No, she doesn't need a referral because her glasses are working fine. But
Without her glasses, she needs.
look at that, so here's the referral. Here's the referral.
Oh, okay. I can't see the back of her. I was wondering how you did it. I asked her how she got that so straight. She said, yeah.
Use it for the people.
So if you ever need another job.
Only we can practice.
By the way,
He said that I should have the one with my glasses.
I had this in my mind. I don't have any people in my mind. There are many areas I work in. Still, I have to do my first Why you are here? Why you are with me now? Why you are with me now? I give you whenever I go momentarily. My way, I have my whenever I post something, even not really I post. Okay, who's next? I'm informing you. David wants to be next.
Oh, okay, David.
Do we have someone that wants to be the victim?
He's the victim. I'm the victim. I want her to scream.
We're gonna be somewhere about here. No, not yet. Move forward. Circle and scan, one, two, check, and you should hit that button and that'll reset it. And that's the age ranges, these are the top age range, it's already set. So you just hit the mark button again.
You chose the right person.
You have to come way down.
yeah,
There he is. Go back a little bit.
You do.
Close.
You do that.
Keep coming back to see these on the bar on the side turning green. And they're green, turn right here. You just hang up.
Yeah, there's no way I can do it.
And he gets a refer, even with his glasses on.
Really?
So Charlotte, I'm going to print out that. This is showing with your glasses, your left eye is minus.
You might have someone compare that to my prescription.
Well, this is what you go, you have to do it full. I'm going to print this out.
Did he really?
So come on, bye.
Oh my God.
Watch over here.
David, you might have to side job now.
So we're going to This is where the printer reads. You put it close to there. And then see the little printer there? Hit print. It says patient information. Just hit the check mark. I hit print. Now this is going to be meaningless for glasses because this is his prescription with the current glasses on. If he wants a whole prescription, if he wants, well, so now we want to have you take his glasses off and you restrict.
Oh, you're kidding. So he got a refer.
You got to refer with his glasses on. So his glasses may be a little bit old and may be replaced.
So.
Big orange button twice.
But I'm gonna get mine cut off because it's so hot.
Find his eyes.
His eyes is gonna be top of your head.
This was my hair.
You're moving it around so it's hard to measurement. So just hit it twice
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Restart.
You went, yeah.
I really do like.
I wound up chopping it off again. To high school.
Now you're not that.
And then I got tired of it.
Oh, okay.
And it was like that.
No, I tell you, you can either get it a little longer or shorter. And it doesn't bother me, but
No, I
this
did.
is driving me crazy because I can't do
This
it.
hand underneath it. So it's like
I thought I had it there for
steadier than
I thought I had it there for like this week, but
It's like if you want to wash your hair, so things when I was getting sick.
I got a friend.
One time
I know.
When did you last get one?
Just last year.
This last year.
So that's what I want to compare. But yeah. That way I can compare what they actually give me to what.
Check me also, sir. I want to be checked.
You got a screen? Ready? You take that a second. With the glasses? Can you actually say well, we know you're going to without glasses.
I'll do it all.
Play the music, oh, please.
Yeah, he needs to charge now.
Well, Mac, you're gonna. So one of the things that we work in medical. So you would be perfect to be one of our primary vision screeners.
Right. What do you do?
Oh, right. Hold on.
Where you going? Oh. What do you do?
Let me try, see if I can find this.
Oh, I actually lived in for about 20 years. It's good. I love it. Okay.
Which means, so you'll actually also be back in time for a healthcare section of the report. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Take your glasses, don't take that.
Please do, honestly. And you know what? So when you're there, if you I'm gonna always ask this, but when you go to the farm, if you can hook up with a Lions Club and just kind of do international. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things you probably
I've never seen a shop like that, or the district like that.
Yeah.
5% of what they do, we do something.
see how
Where is need?
Right.
River blindness,
Decide what pain you want. And that's what you have to do first.
Ultra modern. You can get 7,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, so another one of our members, Santo, who is from the Dominican Republic, they actually do, so they don't pay dues, they actually just, they serve every single weekend. They are required to pay volunteer every single weekend. And
That one is Nairobi.
I don't pay you anything. You're asking me that you have to pay when I pay.
Let me see that.
Okay, you want to try for her? Or do you want to lick it? Everybody's going to try. We're going to get it up.
Pablo to get the check.
I've got a big thing right here. That's what this is for.
Okay, you can take pictures of you. My son wants to go next summer.
You're going to want to be about.
well, you're in the WhatsApp, right? Yeah, so when you take the pictures, put them in the WhatsApp, we'd love to all see them. And then once you become a member, you'll have it.
Okay.
And then you'll be, hopefully that's, you'll have such a.
Everything else.
Oh, yes.
Nairobi has a poster. They also have.
Yeah. Oh, I would, yeah. He wants me to go, but I don't know that I can. With my knees, I don't know. Yeah.
Here, if you go in a wheelchair.
I don't want a wheelchair. Yeah, no.
We're gonna have you do this. You don't get certified for trial.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I'm just safer than it is over here right now. Yeah. I'll never forget getting off the airplane in Switzerland, and everything was great. We flew to Ireland and tried to get off the plane. They had AK-47s. That's why we couldn't get off.
Just like South Africa
Yeah.
and East Africa. Kenya and
Yes.
then there's South Africa. Kenya is midnight. You don't have a problem in the street. Nobody. You can make it more than so I can. You have no problem in South Africa.
I mean, when I was over in Wales, so I flew into Stansted, which is north of London, and then another 4-hour drive to Wales. But I counted. I was there, the last time I was there for a month. I counted. Horrible. I think I got up to 7 in all with us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going there. Meanwhile, when my friend he came over here, he flew into to Dallas airport. And he's like, when he got off, he felt like he was in a war zone because everyone was packing like crazy. And then he got out of the airport, and it got so much worse.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yes. Everybody has a gun in Texas. I have a gun. It's not loaded because I would shoot myself.
but it can be loaded.
Oh, yeah. The bullets are right there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't keep it loaded.
No, I have heard
Very slowly.
Yeah, exactly. They decided to, where they decided to throw your person.
You go very often to England.
So last time I was there was about 4 years ago. But I got my degree in
I know, you did.
computer engineering.
You and
Where?
your granddaughter.
Canterbury, down in Kent.
I almost go there in a year.
Oh.
Ashford
Really?
Yes.
and then Canterbury.
Yeah.
Canterbury has some nice restaurants. I used to stay in Ashford.
Really?
And then go from London, and then
Yeah.
so Wales you go to Devon and on the countryside.
So I mean, you can go down to Devon, or like what I used to love to do is I would actually do the highways now. But you basically that's the point you either hang a left and go down to Sun Pond, or you can hang the right and go up to Cardiff. So I would always go to Cardiff because I had friends in Wales. So
Good
basically,
university also.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I love that. When I was over there last, Bishop Brownback, Bishop June, actually arranged private tours for a lot of the old chapel and churches that I couldn't really, which was amazing and so much fun.
Did you pass?
So far, so good.
Change screen.
It's really very good. I'm
Yeah.
so
Oh, I'm
glad
glad.
that I'm here.
Hit the X.
I am so glad you're doing this because I taught
Check.
school for 38 years.
Oh, yeah.
And older than you are.
See how easy that is?
But anyway,
That's not too hard, I'm a baby.
yeah, you are.
If you had a letter ready
But
to
I'm
go.
just so glad because the kids, they say, I don't like to read.
Your glasses are
Well,
correct.
they don't say this.
Honestly. Yeah, I mean, so last week I actually, I gave a talk to all of them. So last week I went
Pay me
to
39, 99.
all of the Katy ISD nurses who were having their back to school training. And they actually had me come in to talk about what the Lions Club offers. And so as a result of that, we're now going to be putting the used plastic collection boxes into most of the schools. And we're hoping that we can come up with the money to buy a machine, and we can actually do those trainings for the nurses. Or with the nurses.
Well, yeah, with the nurses, because the way they screen is vision.
Right,
You know, cover this side, cover that.
Yeah, I mean, no, we actually take referrals from the nurses to get the kids glasses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so it's a situation where, you know, if we can increase our ability to serve people. So step one is get the certification, that way we can borrow the district's machine. But then eventually, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the next few weeks we end up texting out to all of our members, because we vote by text. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we text out to all our members, hey, do you want to purchase a machine or not?
This is the pen light I was talking about.
Oh,
And if you push the clip down, it turns it on. So you do this right on the nose, so that just a little light bleeds up
but
into
you're
it.
right, their eyes are beautiful, but you can't see the people in there. Their eyes are beautiful.
You look at that.
Okay.
I am the only person who came from the so far.
Yes.
I make sure
Testing's done yet?
they didn't realize the value. I believe this is she said it has to be used.
Okay, if you don't mind, let's try this. Sophia, you want to help out with me? It doesn't work for me.
Oh, she's smiling.
Way down to her eyebrow. So go over to
Yeah, you can come. When you go there, you find that it's not necessarily people. Yeah, no one will be there, the governor will be there, people coming. You come there and you have a freedom, you will learn all the questions. You may come at 5 and you will bring it and then
I tell them what they need. Can you sit and cycle just a little bit, let some other people say?
That's cool. Oh.
We lost him. With that green line.
Yeah, I think we
I mean, if you want to have a single tool, it's even easier than a dual tool. I mean, she did it herself the first time.
With a child, we're every kid. With a Sophia, up up one time to reset it. It's in the right age, one more time to start.
As if I was a client, so that I could, I had a full process of how, because we have a heritage park vision over on, that's all.
So that's why I was thinking, what can I do?
That Dr. Gilman bill was $165. Ends up being $180. No,
I think just take one photo to bring it.
What experience caused my people?
You're looking for a size.
If they're providing a bad service to my community, then that may be a time to have a conversation. But I'm going to go to right. Hoping that by the end of September.
Okay,
I didn't show you.
You got the picture. You're not gonna get me, I always get people too small, even if I wiggle my toes. Come down, point down at me, level, lower the front.
There you go.
Yes, we got it. Everybody, don't destroy.
It's not gonna work for me, it never does. No. Someone with younger eyes.
64, what are you talking about?
I'm 67, we're young.
Well, I mean, if everyone just gets up there on the podium, it'll take that
You boss. I will not do your privilege. I'm just suggesting. Maybe they will ask and then Luciana will be not there.
Right. So you use the machine, you use the machine, you use the machine, you have not. Get the machine, use the machine. Hi.
They all red.
Already?
All red.
Go forward. Just a little bit, because it's just trying to breathe in the top. We gotta refer. Yeah, I know it's gonna refer. See?
Somebody else do what
The left eye's got some pretty bad extension. It's also a little bit inside.
Yeah, it says call Uber.
that was that
You wanna try with the glasses on?
They call Uber.
That was that fun.
That's all call home. You call home.
I don't know. It's hard with glasses on. Well, no, that's it.
Perfect, there you go.
Yeah. Don't say refer.
Again? Oh, wow. I got new glasses too. I said, I know it's one.
What's showing you is you got some astigmatism and still in your, even with those glasses, your right eye.
I have new glasses too.
Has everybody done it?
No, I have not. You gonna save it?
Yeah, I'm gonna save them in the back for sure. And I probably.
Would you be our victim? Any way of turning this off?
When you finish with the sample, you come straight there.
You can screen through these types of sunglasses.
Really? You can screen for sneeze guards.
Come in your maybe very soon. Whatever you think of.
Can I ask everyone to come up to the up here, the stage, so that we can get a group photo? And then, because I know some of y'all are looking to get going, and then I'll get my training in after. So it's actually going to be live streamed everywhere, so everyone can get the photo off the live stream.
How, not live, I want the. Oh.
She wants Memorex.
Huh? What am I doing with this?
Holding it so that you look like you know what you're doing.
You walked right into that one. You know, yes, I did.
Come on. You please come in.
Come on in, come on in.
So who's
Everybody,
the-
everybody. Everybody, come on in. Everybody, come on in.
Mr. and Mrs. Nah, go take a picture. Yeah, let's go. Here she is. Sister, come here.
Why is not moving?
Come in the
What
front.
happened? What happened? Let me do the other one.
Good job.
What's happening to this camera there?
You got it.
It'll be automatic taken.
Yeah. Oh, she was trying to.
Setting everybody. I'm trying to setting everybody.
Can you see my face past his head?
After him, I can, yeah, I can. Where I am gonna stop?
Here, I'm like a little bit to your right.
No, I think, yeah. Can you squeeze a little bit this way, please? No, cutting. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, now it's, it's not staying. See, it's not slippering.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Is the timer set?
No.
You're taking a picture.
They didn't do a countdown. You take the picture, all we get is your picture.
Put that timer.
Yes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Lions!
There.
What is Check it.
Oh, David, what you doing, David?
Good night.
Well, I will send the picture.
So now what we'll do? So now I'll send you a certification. I'll email it to you, and then
get a plan.
We can talk anytime.
What I want, this is what it is.
See you, or I will.
What I will want to do is bring in past district average shop.
So we can reach everything, and then that part of the southwest area and connected to the part of community. So we can see and we can have a lot of support. This is my dream job.
I am intending on, I'm looking at possibly 2 more clubs in the southwest of our district. Oh, no. I will listen to whatever you want. I will look on Lions and see how you're listed in policy.
My name is.
I've got several of your cards already.
Don't throw them there, it costs
No, no.
17 cents.
No, I've got a portfolio where I put all my cards. I know where to find
Thank you.
them.
So what I want is you, at that time, and we can sit and then, before action, we should have concrete thing to do.
Yes.
Then I will, why, just one last question. Why only this machine?
There are 3 different machines, 3 different brands.
Okay. Yeah,
And what I would, if you're going to buy one, I would suggest you have the 3 sales representatives for each of the cameras come, and you decide which one you like best. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, you too.
I'll make my professionals decide. I will.
Well,
Thank you.
thank
I'll see
you.
you next time.
Okay. So, I mean, like when I was at Conroe Noon, we wanted a new machine. And so we had the 3 big reps come in and talk to us.
Are you
And
fit
I
to
had a
go?
preference, so I recused myself from the vote. I helped arrange for things, I helped ask questions, but I let the others make the decision. They made the same decision I would have made, but it was up to the club.
Second point is I have a big supplier, and I'm seeing a lot of containers of different medical equipment abroad.
Okay, where do you send them?
Pakistan, Bangladesh, maybe Nigeria, Sri Lanka, I collect them. So those kind of people have this kind, and I collect it from our clinic too.
There is,
Maybe they may have some kind of refurbished, or maybe somebody have donated and they don't know where to put them. When we explore the resources,
do you know Major from Sci-Fair? You know Major from Sci-Fair? He's Pakistani. He was a lion in Pakistan for about 25 years before he moved here. And so he would be a good person to also get involved in this. And, you know,
it's
so,
you who have to take it.
no.
It's me here. You can use me, sir. You have to determine what value to I am to the community. You can use me.
No.
I'm not perfect.
No.
I need your experience.
We serve together.
Inshallah.
And, you know, it's a situation where we all have our strengths and we all have things that we can work on. And I will use your strengths of your network and your passion, and you will use.
Lusana, can you take one photo with me?
Yeah, I got it.
Just one. Come here.
You have a question, Maddie?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
sir.
please to come.
I really enjoyed.
Well, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna do this.
Thank you, Maddie.
I will do this for as long as God will allow me.
Yes.
3 years ago, he told me, be careful. Well, I had triple bypass surgery.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they saw.
Thank you, man.
That's be careful.
What you did in the video or something? Timer?
I have not done anything. Just open the photo, that's all.
You did in the video. Hold on 1 minute.
No, don't go for video.
Yeah.
I've not touched anything.
Keep in the photo.
Just open camera.
Okay.
Photo. You change in the photo.
Right there.
That's all.
Yeah. Now it's fine.
You are a specialist.
Smile. I'm taking many, so if in case.
Take 100.
Right?
Oh, okay. Makes my tummy big.
She is professional.
I will add it for you. Send me.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
Send. I take mine also. Brother Murphy,
Thank you so much.
You're
That was
welcome.
great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope that you become a vision screener
with
extraordinaire.
glass,
Oh, yeah.
with glass and without glass.
With glasses, you look beautiful.
Is there anything else?
Otherwise, your husband will not recognize.
Without his glasses, you don't look so beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, I took it.
Okay. Thank you.
Notice I said without his glasses.
Okay, sir.
Oh,
God bless you, sir. It was a wonderful day. And we really, I'm honored. I came from very far.
I know. I
It
did
took me
too.
about 1 hour and 10.
Yeah.
But I really feel this work.
This, like I said, God spoke to me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Lot is common in your, wavelength. And we are thinking on the same level, maybe in different way, but I'm completely involved in service to the humanity. Anything coming, I never say no.
Glad to hear
Hopefully we'll work, okay?
I take it that means we're done, right?
Yes, we're done.
Okay.
I think I
And you just
almost
email
stole-
certificates or?
I will email them to David. Or
Well, I didn't know because I had the list, the signing list, but.
I have, well, I have my own design that I use.
So we
What do you have?
take a referral from the school, and they have, I mean, so they're very, and we are only working with
I'll send,
and the nurses are, they actually work on is there any other program that will actually do this for you? Because he was part of the parent. There is a cost. But what we do because there are other programs that the nurses are aware of that are free. So if you're not.
I was an English major.
I like both. I like to say I was the one that could.
That's my granddaughter.
Well, I will do both.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did actually get that.
Did you?
I was trying to come on and then you stopped coming out of my iPad.
So you've been walking along? Have a nice trip. I'll see you next fall. You don't like dad jokes? My dad jokes are the best.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Great.
I was very happy to have you. Yes.
okay, thank you. Actually, I need your copy.
Oh, yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I still have to do the cleanup.
See you to do your stuff.
Okay, man.